Let's go. 13 game slate. We just swept the board in our last video. I got 2 player props, 1 same game multi. Let's get it.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice and the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.
Okay. I know you're probably thinking, what the hell is this guy wearing? Well, it's a shirt covered with donuts because after a day like we just had, you've got to celebrate sometimes. Nah, real story. I wore this because I thought my daughter would think it was funny and she didn't pay any attention to it whatsoever. So, most likely be the last time I wear it, but we're here and I'm wearing it. So let's go. Quick recap on yesterday's picks. We went 3 from 3. RJ Barrett over 1.5 3-pointers made. He made that early in the second quarter. That was done and dusted. We had Wemby over 6.5 rebounds. That cashed very easily at plus money. And then T had the Wemby same game multi over 17 points, 6.5, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks. So that came in probably halfway through the fourth quarter. All up, so 8.95 unit profit yesterday from 3 picks alone, which takes our season record to 11-6 in props. That's over 7 units. We're 4-10 on same game multis. That's over 7 units there. So over 14 units already so far this season. So it's been absolutely wonderful. And we're looking to back that up with another tremendous 3 picks. There is 13 games on tomorrow. A lot of the games in the Western Conference don't have the odds out yet on Bet365. So if you're interested in seeing those and what we come up with, join our Discord, join our Telegram. I've already got a few picks sorted. I know T's already released some of his picks as well. So if you're interested, please do check that out. Let's kick it off. So the very first pick that I have is the man sitting in the thumbnail of this video. Looking at Jason Tatum over 25.5 points. Now, Jason Tatum, 25.5 points is quite low. That's the first thing that came to my mind. But they do have, some new additions to the team. Potential lower usage rate. When you look hard enough, you'll find that it's not actually true. So he's actually covered this line, 25.5 points, 2 out of the 3 games so far this season. He's averaging close to 30 points in 35 minutes. Most recently, he scored 33 points against the Wizards, and he only played 27 minutes. If you look at his matchup against the Pacers, he's covered this line in all 3 games against the Pacers last year. He averaged 35 points per game in those games. Now, despite the addition of Porzingis and Holiday, surprise, surprise, we've seen an uplift in Jason Tatum's shot attempts per game. Close to 22 shots per game so far this season. He's still attempting 9 3-pointers per game. That's the same as he did last season, but he's shooting that at a higher percentage. Up against a Pacers team that plays at a very high pace, there's going to be plenty of opportunities for Jason Tatum. What was interesting enough is that his free throw attempts are considerably down, but the increased shots at a high percentage, they're making up for that shortfall. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we see Jason Tatum cover this early in the third quarter. In a high-scoring game. Our second pick is a value play. Looking at Terry Rozier, it's the same game multi. I've got him for 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. You can get this for $5.50 on Bet365. What notes have I got here? Terry Rozier, he's covered this stat line in 28% of his games last season, so 19 out of 66 games. He's also covered this stat line in 2 out of 3 games this season. He's playing 36 minutes, 18 shots per game. Both of those are in line with what he was doing last season. Charlotte don't have a lot of depth right now, especially in their backcourt. There's injuries in their backcourt, and Miles Bridges, who I would say would be one of their top 3 scoring components, he's still out suspended. Charlotte, in terms of pace, they were a very fast team last season. And believe it or not, through 3 games this season, they're even faster. Terry Rozier is averaging 22 points per game. What I do love about this pick, especially his points line, is that he's averaging 22 points per game and he's only shooting 20% from 3. Last year, he wasn't that great, but he was shooting at 31%. So if we can get an uplift in that area, he'll be able to cover his points line very easily. In terms of rebounds, the Hornets aren't gifted with strong rebounding bigs, so there will be opportunity for the guards to clean them up. Looking at his assists, believe it or not, he actually doesn't create much. I watched some video today on all of the assists that Terry Rozier has had so far this season, and I would like to call those NBA assists. So where Terry Rozier passes to the wing, it's usually Brandon Miller or Washington. A lot of the time they take their man off the dribble and they lay it up, and he gets credited for the assists. He also has a drive and dish or a lob thing going on with Mark Williams at the moment. I think they've connected on at least 3 lobs so far this season. He's also got the pass out to LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Washington. They just catch it, shoot a 3. They don't even have to be open. They'll still shoot it anyway. So I can see him covering his assists there. In terms of his matchup, he's played 1 game against the Rockets last season, recorded 26 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists. That's not what we're looking for. But the main matchup that I was looking at is how does he play against Fred VanVleet? So in 14 career matchups against Fred VanVleet, he's covered this line 6 times. Most interestingly, though, he's covered this stat line in 4 consecutive games against Fred VanVleet. So I've got my eyes on Terry, like his points line. Love this same game multi here. $5.50, 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. And then our last pick is also in the same game. We're looking at Dillon Brooks over 11.5 points at $1.86. So he's covered this in all 3 games so far this season. He's playing 33 minutes per game, attempting 10 shots, shooting over 15%, and he's averaging almost 15 points. Looking at last season, he covered this line at a 59% rate with the Grizzlies. Played the Hornets twice, from what I remember. And in those games, he had very strong output. He covered both of those games. He averaged 20 points per game against this team, and he only averaged 23 minutes played. Charlotte's a top 5 pace this year. The Rockets do sit in the middle. They both got fairly young teams, so there's going to be a lot of action. There's going to be a lot of running, a lot of opportunities here for Dillon Brooks. Take him at over 11.5 points. So that's my last pick. You're probably thinking, where's T? With 13 games on tomorrow, T's busy digging into the archives, looking through the stats, putting some plays out. I've had a look at his early plays so far, and believe it or not, we're pretty much aligned in our thinking. So T's also got Dillon Brooks. He's also liking Jason Tatum as well. Nice little comment here from Lil Airwick. My favorite line individually from Terry, it'll be his points line, that 20.5 points. He's scored 20 points in every game so far this year. And like I said, his 3-point shooting hasn't been great. So if we see an improvement in his 3-point shooting, he'll cover that line. The pace of the game is looking pretty good too. So it should be fast, a lot of action there. But some other players, if you're interested, if you're not going to join our Discord or look at Telegram, some players I'd really keep an eye out for. Leany, I'm liking Karl Anthony Towns rebounds tomorrow. So interested to see where his line's set at. If it's 7.5, take it. LeBron James, he's playing less minutes, but statistically against the Clippers, he's usually been very strong. So his points and rebounds props, I believe, is what I'm leaning towards. I haven't looked into it completely. Steph Curry up against the Kings. There's no De'Aaron Fox in that game, so I don't know. Is there a chance that there's a blowout? But for Steph Curry in particular, I'm liking his rebounds. Lauri Markkanen as well. He's somebody that I'm looking at. Rebound numbers are quite strong, but another person on that team, Walker Kessler, also has very strong rebound numbers, something to look into. But I picked some of my favorite plays, wanted to get this out to you ASAP. I'm going to go back in the lab, keep digging for a little bit more. I'll have those up in my Discord channel. But what will I ask? If you do like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see this. So I've been quite consistent so far this season. Every single day we're putting something up. And if you do have any recommendations, questions, suggestions, let us know in the comment section. Tell us what picks you like for today. Tell us what we need to change. Tell me what you think about my shirt. Whatever it's going to be, let me know. Get amongst it. All those comments make a big difference on us getting found and getting some fame. But best of luck tomorrow. Let's hope we sweep the board once again. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to you live from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily.